We're back. The Culture Crusade. How are you, Lit Dev? Good to see you. How are you, chat? But by the way, before I cut you off, Lit Dev, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Fantastic. Thanks for having me on again. Always ready to talk about culture.
I know, man. I love having you on, mate. You're such a insightful man, and we have a good time. And good to see everyone. Chat, let us know if we're coming through loud and clear. We should be. Says we're live. Lit Dev, my friend. I like you. You let me know that you happen to have seen a movie this past week.
Yeah, some sort of. I think some people have heard about it. It's called Predator Badlands. I heard people.
Predator Badlands. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit. I started to see for myself. See, I'm not really the biggest fan of Predator. I was like, I like the first couple movies, but I was gonna let this movie pass by. Like, I wasn't really that invested to go see it. But then everyone kept talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna see for myself what this movie's about, what it's like, and so I went to go see it.
Drum roll. Okay, this is because it's so divisive. Like last week, I was the only one that's seen it. Okay, but Lit Dev is a very insightful man. So I wonder. I want to know what you thought. I know what you told me already, but I want you to let the chat know.
I overall I enjoyed the movie. It was the whole thing was it was a movie that I enjoyed watching. I didn't feel like my time is wasted. There were moments in there like, oh, that's awesome. Like when he cuts the rhino thing in half with the sword.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. And I did like where they went with the character during the over the course of the movie, where what I would talk about usually what we talk about usually when we talk about masculinity is a man's capacity for like violence and like authority, like as we call the sky father energy. But we don't usually talk about, or we tend to forget these days in the media discourse, is the earth father energy. And so what that means is, Shad, I heard you're religious. I've heard the grapevine that you tend to dabble in religion. Do you remember what one of the first things God told Adam to do?
Well, multiply and replenish the earth.
He also told him to name the animals, right?
Oh, sorry, yes.
Name the animals. So that is essentially earth father energy. It's the man's capacity for nurturing. Like over here, we kind of at least in modern day discourse and everything and movie discourse, especially with the deconstruction and the constant demonization of masculinity, we kind of forget about that aspect of masculinity, the nurturing aspect of masculinity. I mean, there's plenty of examples of it in Western media. Superman is one of my favorites, where it's not about as much about violence as it is about caring for others. Aragorn's another good example of this, where yes, they can be violent, but also they can be caring, they can be nurturing towards others. And a man has to be nurturing in order to raise and lead his son and to also becoming a man. But yeah, so you have the earth father energy, which in this case means taming the land. In this case, so the predator, I think his name is Deck in this case. He is from a culture that I assume has wiped out everything on their home planet because it's like a barren wasteland. And then he hunts everything. He's supposed to go hunt. It's all about killing and destroying, which is like the sky father part of masculinity, the authority, the ability to kill, the ability to keep order and things. And so he goes off to kill this great beast, and he goes off to another planet, the planet that everyone's afraid of, and to slay this beast that even his father fears, which is understandable. And then over the course of the story on this death planet, he learns to tame the land. Now, most people might argue with the execution of it, but I kind of liked that it kind of shifted from one aspect of masculinity to the other, taming the land. No, this is your farming. This is your domesticating animals, nurturing plants and to grow into something greater than themselves or greater than their whatever. And so that's kind of where the aspect came in. So he kind of tamed the land in order to conquer the enemies, which were the synths and everything. Now, one thing about the movie that really got on my nerves, all the Disneyisms. Disneyisms really grated on my nerves the entire time.
Yeah, they're there. I won't deny that. They are there. And I guess it didn't ruin it for me because they didn't go super far. with it, like overboard with the Disney-isms, with the plucky female sidekick didn't really show him up, right? She ended up being a more supportive role. The cute animal sidekick thing wasn't really a sidekick through most of the film and wasn't that cute either.
He abandoned it. It was like, oh yes, thank you for abandoning it. Based.
He didn't even like it. He was like, piss off, you annoying thing. And so, like those things actually helped out a bit for me.
But the cute animal thing still annoyed me because it was there, and they tried so hard to tie it in the plot, and they did successfully. Like, okay, I understand why it's important to the plot, but it's kind of like did you play Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain?
No,
and the character Quiet. So Quiet is your companion, where like Hideo Kojima went to the ends of the earth to try to justify her every existence. Like she doesn't talk. She wears scantily clad clothes, and
she wears it because she breathes through her skin, and so she needs to wear a bikini.
And all she needs to shower all the time in a sexy manner because she drinks through her skin too, and also for very, I assume, very good reasons, they kind of also they got the imprints of the actress's feet, so that Quiet's feet can be accurate as well. I'm pretty sure there's a good reason for that too. I haven't found it yet, but I'm pretty sure there's one. There must be a story reason for that too. But it's kind of like, what he wanted to have. It's like, that he made Quiet first, and then he went back and tied her into the plot.
Tried to justify it. And look, good writers do that. I mean, that's actually what Brandon Sanderson did with Stormlight Archives. He's like, he wanted really big magic swords and giant monsters. And it was like, all right, how to justify it? And then he worked backwards. And look, sometimes I think the Quiet one, it's a bit cheesy, some of those things, but at least he made an excuse for it. Right?
He tried. He didn't have to.
I mean, people are still wondering about Power Girl's like boob window on her outfit as to try, like, why. And at some points in the comics, she's just like, because I like showing off, basically. She just
I couldn't think of a logo, so
my cleavage worked just as well.
Well, to me, the whole cute animal thing is like they want a cute animal and they tied it into the plot later. That's what it felt like to me. Like they need a cute animal for merch reasons and Disney reasons, so they added in there. And then also the girl character might not have showed him up, but she did refuse to stop talking, and that was just insanely annoying.
And like, people's mileage will vary on that, and I understand a lot of people find her insufferable and hated her for that. It didn't go overboard for me. Like, I was okay with it, but it's a personal taste kind of thing. But Mike, how are you, mate?
I'm fine. How are you?
You're fine. Yeah, good. Hey,
that's irritated when your computer doesn't want to play nice. It's
yeah. But check. Hey, that's
frustrating.
That's looking pretty cool. A Predator Badlands cover.
I also did. This is the one I started last week. Remember that?
Oh, nice. That's turned out good. Hey, I like it.
And then
I like it a lot.
Geisha Black
Panther.
Oh, nice. That Predator Badlands one looks wicked, actually.
Thank you.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, his face looks better than it does in the movie. So,
actually, yes. So, Mike, have you seen the movie now?
No, I have not.
No. Yeah, okay.
I did see Frankenstein.
Well, we might get to that, but first, Lit Dev, I didn't mean to cut you off. We were just talking about how she could be a bit annoying, but for me, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it's like the one does the whole thing about being intentionally annoying, like she's supposed to be annoying. Even he's annoyed by her, but intentionally annoying, still annoying. Yeah. So
yes,
I was like, okay, girl character, won't stop talking, and then but I liked every other aspect of where she would help him out and stuff like that. There's a gripe about how she saved his life. I don't really mind that at all. I mean, did she save his life? Yes, but only after he saved her life.
Yeah, is that with the gun? Where she has the gun?
Yeah, in the beginning, where like she's like, okay, you're in a bunch of powers.
Yeah,
that part because she's trapped.
And how she deals with the dragon off, and you see that annoyed me. I thought that was bull crap. But I guess it's a minor thing. It doesn't ruin the film. But I did have a criticism.
And there's a big plot hole with her. I work contrivance maybe. Where she has universal language, and then later on he gets captured, and then she for some reason, no other synth has universal language translation, so they're able to trick this guy into shooting himself.
Good pickup. Good pickup. Yep.
And that's a bad one too, because it changes the trajectory of the plot. He gets free because this guy's retarded in multiple aspects.
Yeah,
So,
but overall, I like my take was that actually the film is actually a masculine coded film, and actually portrays a virtuous form of masculinity as he comes to realize that he will be a protector of his clan, still a badass. And
yeah, like I said, it's the other side of masculinity. It's the Earth Father masculinity. So it's still very masculine. And the guy, I could resonate with the guy, because he's like, remember they were running away from that tree monster thing, and she's like, okay, we can run away now. He's like, you give it too easily, and he goes back to fight it. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is my guy.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, I'm not the only one out. Lit Dev is an intelligent man. He thought it was all right. So, but look, people, it's going to be a subjective thing. People's mileage will vary, as we mentioned last week. If you were expecting something different out of a Predator film, something more in line with, you know, what classic Predator is, I understand why you don't like this film. I get it completely. But I enjoyed it, and my opinion actually hasn't changed. I still like the film.
Didn't we cover this last week?
We did, but Lit Dev has now seen the film, and so
I've
seen it now.
Yeah.
But
Mike, yeah. Well, you've seen a film now, Mike. You've seen Frankenstein. What did you think of that?
Seen it. In between me seeing the film and rather enjoying it, and today I also listened to the audiobook unabridged.
Oh, hey.
And wow, what a difference.
Really? Is there big changes?
Oh yeah. Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie, and I really like the film.
I've
never read the film. Nah.
Yeah, I read the book. Yeah, I never read it either. I'm like, that was one of the freaking best books I've ever written. or read or listened to, whatever.
Really?
It's a really good book. And
okay.
they're obviously the basic through line's the same, right? But boy, they really just corrupted the characters. Like Frankenstein in the book is a good guy, and like in the book, his dad is like a prince among men, and his parents have this great relationship, and like you have all this and the monster is a freaking monster. Like he kills people, like a bunch of people, like just pure spite and revenge, right? Oh, you know Frankenstein, little 6-year-old child? Let me break your neck. You know that.
Oh, really? That's dark.
Yeah, that level of stuff. He was so pissed off at Frankenstein for not being willing to make him a bride that he kills his little brother. He kills his best friend. He kills his wife. He wants to ruin Frankenstein's life, which is what drives Frankenstein to the end of the earth to try to.
Yeah. Wow. That's very different.
It's a total corruption of the story.
I mean,
even the movie's good.
Yeah, the movie's good. And I liked the redemptive message at the end, which obviously would have only worked by the monster not being evil. All right. Johnny sends his apologies. He's unable to make it today, but he says, feel good story for the whole family. Well, yeah, Frankenstein originally, that is pretty damn hardcore.
Yeah, he's like legitimately a monster.
Wow, yeah. Also, we had some different kind of reports from the chat about Predator Badlands. We have, I mentioned, Big Frazza Ultimate Troll said he liked it, and Nathan Cassidy says he thinks it sucks, but it's not the worst. So, like it
could have been way worse.
Yeah,
they could have turned him into Finn, right? They could have made him like this runt, and he's like all uppity about, I'm going to kill this thing that scares my dad, and he goes to the planet and goes right! He's running around being like a creepy sidekick, like a scaredy sidekick, and then the girl has to teach him how to be brave or something like that. It could have been way worse.
Going back to Frankenstein, right? people always say that Frankenstein is not the monster. It's Frankenstein's monster and Frankenstein's thing.
No,
thing
no.
Though, right?
Yeah, no,
Monster's
Frankenstein's not the
monster.
monster. The monster is the freaking monster, and he's a real legit Jason
Yeah.
Voorhees, dude. He's except he's intelligent, and it's like he could have had a redeeming arc, but I mean, he was so willing to just destroy every good and innocent thing, and he's cognizant that he's destroying good and innocent and beautiful things for his revenge.
Yeah, that's dark.
But he does it anyways. But he's like, but I'm not going to do it anymore because I just wanted to ruin Frankenstein's life, and now I'm going to go off and die and burn myself. And he's also not an unkillable creature in the book.
Yeah, because in the film he's basically immortal.
Yeah, he is.
And
also Frankenstein, when he makes the monster, he's like 23 years old.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not his age is interpretable, I guess, in the film.
Well, no, because he's a kid and he goes off to college at like 17 or something, and then he's in college when he makes the monster.
Oh, well, you're winning people over. Judah says he wants to read the book now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure Litev's read it, right?
Yeah, I have read. I read a long time ago, and actually was signed to us in high school, and I thought it was the most boring book I have ever read.
Really?
It was
read
so
it as an
grating.
adult. Read it as
it was tough. It was tough. It was tough to get through. Like
audiobooks make slow reads so much better. Like
and the one I read had just great acting in the reading.
Oh, that would make a difference. I had to read it on my own. Yeah. Like this is so because the vernacular is of the time, and it was like this is boring as hell.
Yeah, and Frankenstein, because Frankenstein sort of learned to speak through that little old man, and that scene is kind of accurate. But he learned to read through older texts like the Bible and all these other books, so he speaks with these and thous and like like he's a 16th century creature. So
here's a theory just about, because they all say, like, they mix up who Frankenstein is. Frankenstein's the scientist who made him, and then he made the monster. The monster, is it fair to consider the monster the son of Frankenstein? Oh, sorry, Victor, because Frankenstein's the last name, not the first name.
Right.
Full name of Dr. Frankenstein is Victor Frankenstein. And so if the monster is, Victor's son, wouldn't he then inherit the name Frankenstein as well? And he would be a Frankenstein, and you could call him Frankenstein as a result?
I would say so, yeah.
I think that's fair.
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
What else?
So that's my takeaway. You can call the monster Frankenstein too, because he's effectively the son of Victor Frankenstein. That's it. That's now canon.
Frankenstein's monster.
And
he's really all just butthurt because he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, it's kind of it. I'm alone. He's like, I'm alone.
No!
He's an incel. Frankenstein's monster is an incel.
He's a violent. The book was ahead of its time. If it was written now,
written by a woman, you say.
Written by a woman.
Incel, the bad guy's an incel.
Yeah. Like if it was written now, it would be white garbage. Is that right?
Yeah, and really, so his thing is he's ultimately alone because nobody wants to be his friend, and no woman will look at him with any degree of,
Well, that's something that they did different in the film. They made the monster hot in the film, and
right. The fact that Elizabeth was attracted. By the way, Elizabeth is Victor's fiance.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that Elizabeth was hot for him,
completely
disintegrated his motivation. His true motivation.
Because she is into him the moment she sees it. It's this
but here's the thing. I think that really does destroy his motivation when she goes down there and she's kind to him and she's attracted to him in some way. That completely obliterates the true Frankenstein's motivation, which is why they had to replace it with, oh, Victor, bad daddy.
Yeah,
Because Victor had a bad daddy, and this whole movie's about daddy issues. You know, it's what it becomes.
Yeah. Well, overall, I still like the film. I thought the film was pretty good, but it's interesting to get those insights from the novel. I find that very interesting.
Also, like the fact that she didn't want to marry, she didn't want to even write the thing. It was pretty funny. Yeah. Oh yeah, because her husband, Percy Shelley, and his boyfriend, I think it was Lord. I keep getting Lord Byron and Lord Tennyson mixed up. It was one of the lords. I think it was Lord Byron. It could have been Lord Tennyson. I forget which one. But it was during the time of no sun, the summer of no sun, because the volcano erupted, blocked out the sun, and so they were kind of just in his mansion, just like lazing about and stuff like that, and reading scary stories. And so the Percy Shelley is like, I've got this great idea. What if we wrote our own scary stories? And so, of course, Percy Shelley and Lord Byron, they wrote theirs. And then, but Mary Shelley did not want to do that. She's like, this is dumb. And so, for the next, like, I think weeks or something like that, they pestered her every day over and over and over again until she wrote something. She's like, you know what? Fine, I'm going to write a story. And she wrote a short story, and the short story was the starter story of Frankenstein. And Percy Shelley's like, whoa, this is actually pretty good. She make this a novel. And then, boom, that became Frankenstein.
Well, there we go. Happy accident. Like that. Had she written anything before then, or she was just like, "I'll write something," and it became a book?
I don't know actually. I just know that she was reluctantly inspired by her husband, and she was also reluctantly inspired by the fact that her husband took her on a tour of horrors before then. So she actually saw this weird machine that this guy invented to raise the dead, and that's kind of where she came up with the idea to have electricity and everything. And it technically worked because electricity sent the pulses through the corpse that the guy was using, and it made him move. Didn't bring him back to life, but it made him move. And that's what she used as inspiration for Frankenstein's like contraption.
Interesting, because I mean, yeah, if you send an electrical pulse to, like it depends how old the corpse is, but you'll get some reaction out of it from just nerves and things, electrical impulses. So, okay, there we go. Well, let's shift topics briefly, or not even briefly. It's the main one.
I have a question, Litdev, because I haven't read a lot of these old things, but I noticed that Frankenstein and Dracula are both written in the same basic style, which is like it's like you're reading correspondence.
Oh yeah.
People, are there other books like that you know?
I think so.
Was that a common trope back then?
Yeah, it's like a subgenre. I forgot what it was called. I used to know I think one of my professors.
Gentlemen, I'll be right back. I just have a important call I need to take. I'll be back in a sec.
No problem. And so yeah, I forgot what it was called. But it was like a collection of like works, like a story written in a like a collection of like letters and stuff like that. I think I want to say that World War Z is kind of like that. Oh, but I forget. Yeah, I forget because it's like a bunch of interviews. But
I hated that movie.
It's way different in the book. I didn't know. Also, I didn't know Max Brooks was related to Mel Brooks until a little bit while later. I think that's how that goes.
Epistolary style. Epistolary.
That's it. That's what it's called. Yeah, it's like a different. It's like its own style of writing where it's just kind of like collections of things put together.
Yeah. Did you like World War Z?
I read the book. It was interesting. I didn't really like the movie very much.
The movie was like backwards, right? Like in a regular movie, you have rising stakes and rising action, and this one it's like it starts all fat and then it just kind of peters out for the entire rest of the film. And you're like,
I do remember in the book the whole zombie outbreak started off in China. Interesting.
China? That makes sense.
I wonder if it started in Wuhan, China.
Hey, have you read? Did we talk about this last week? The Creature from Jekyll Island.
From Jekyll Island? No, I don't think so.
No, it's about the founding of the Federal Reserve.
I didn't.
It's
I
about
didn't watch that. I haven't
the
read that one.
bankers and all that kind of stuff. It's really weird because I was listening to this thing. I'm on Whatnot, so I'm like drawing, and so I'm just listening to audiobook after audiobook. And I get about 4/5 of the way through this thing, and I'm like, this sounds like it was written like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, right? And then I look up when it was written, and it was written in freaking 94. And it was like, it had prognosticated like bank failures and wars and like all this stuff that has happened. Like, it tripped me out when I discovered it was 30 years old, Like, wow,
I'm
really,
back.
This was all just planned crap.
I'm back
Planned
before
disaster.
you could betray me and talk about nunchucks. I saw you mix skittles. Look at that.
What do
Okay.
you think about lightsaber nunchucks? Because I saw a video someone did with Bruce Lee versus another guy who had like a sword, and then he had nunchucks, and they put lightsaber blades on the end of them.
Jeez.
Yeah. Even worse, of course. Lightsabers in real life do have problems. There's ways you can improve. I've made videos on it. But hey, gentlemen, have you seen the reveal of the live action Legend of Zelda images?
Oh
Have you seen
yeah,
that?
I saw
I
one.
saw that one image floating around.
Well, let's take a look here because there's multiple images.
I would say this is a victory because Zelda's a girl, and that was a big battle that we had to fight.
We take our wins where we can, can't we? So this is Link and Zelda. It's very kind of pixelated, picture. But then we got close-ups. And so that's Link. And I'm like, okay. It does. I would have liked to have longer ears. Link has more prominent longer ears. But other than that, I think he's actually a good cast. Well, the casting I think is alien. It's just kind of the execution. How
he's played by guys. That's a big thing too.
Played by a white guy.
Yeah, white guy.
Look at how low. Look
blue
at how
eyes.
rock bottom our expectations are these days.
It's gonna be great. Zelda's played by a girl. Link's played by a guy, and they're both white. That's so they've actually looked like the characters from the game.
It's a win when they do the
huge win.
bare minimum effort of at least getting the complexion correct of the character. Gosh,
he is Lebensborn.
I've never heard of him. I don't know who the actor is, but okay, all right. That Link, Link is a young guy, and so that works. Zelda. Let's have a look at Zelda. So I think she works. There are questions. There's questions. I would have preferred her more prominently blonde because she's more often blonde in most games. I know isn't there like one
That's
or two
just dirty blonde. Yeah.
You reckon that's just dirty blonde?
Yeah.
So okay. The question people have. This is already there was a bit of a debate in the chat about Zelda using a bow. Now, I'm not hugely invested to care too much. Like I don't want her to be a girl boss, of course, and there could be some like warning signs that she's going to be, a tough, in your face princess, which would be awful. But just her using a bow doesn't really mean like that's going to be a guaranteed thing. Zelda, of course, she's been evolved. It depends. There's so many, I guess, versions of the games you can look to, right? Because for the most part, she's a magic user. She's a holder of the Triforce of Wisdom, and she's pretty darn powerful. Okay.
Yeah, I played her in Smash Brothers. She's really good.
Doesn't she even use like a rapier in Smash Brothers or one of the games? She used like
I don't know. She uses magic in Smash Brothers unless you turn her into Sheik, and then she uses like ninja stuff.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's a good point. Because that's the like because it depends which game, but yeah, there are some games where she's in disguise, isn't she? And does that character fight a bit more?
So it's Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time, a Sheik, I don't think fights.
That's not her, is it? In Ocarina of Time, she's Zelda's bodyguard, and she becomes one of the guardians of the stones.
So in Ocarina of Time, she has a bodyguard named like I forgot, but she has like this manly lady bodyguard. But later on, you meet Sheik, who's a little bit different, and then Sheik is actually Zelda in disguise.
Okay. So there seems to be enough precedent to show her in more of a combative role. Now, look, Bo isn't like direct melee. I don't think she's going to be going in with like a sword and a shield. But I just wondered how far they're going to go with it, really, because one of the core things about the Zelda franchise is that Zelda is the princess damsel in distress. She is the one that Link goes to save again and again in so many different versions. And I know there are versions where she, is a bit more fighty, a bit more, being able to push back. But even in those ones, she's still the damsel in distress. And if there is one trope that Hollywood despises with a passion, especially feminists, is the damsel in distress trope. They think it depicts women as being weak. How dare a man save a woman? Can't a woman save herself? So that's the concern, isn't it?
She's the classic damsel in distress. Like she's the damsel in distress.
She is the damsel in distress. Nathan Cassidy for 1999 says, as a Zelda fan, I'm concerned that it seems like they're going for a Breath of the Wild influence, which I think is the weakest story they could draw from. Would have preferred Ocarina of Time for the story. 100%. And that's exactly what it looks like. Like Zelda here, she's not wearing a princess gown. She's wearing more of that kind of, Zelda.
I'm going to go on an adventure with Link kind of.
Exactly. That is 100% the feel.
But Ocarina of Time was so good. That's the game that that kind of. So there's actually two timelines. I think 3 timelines of Zelda.
Oh, the timeline is so convoluted and hard to figure out. I've seen like videos. It's just like, okay, because they basically get reborn in new realities or something like that.
Well, there's a split timeline officially put up by Nintendo, one that splits off from Ocarina of Time, like one where the hero loses, one where the hero dies, and I think one where the hero just never finds the sword at all or something like that. And so it's like 3 different timelines, and they have like which game belongs in each timeline. But that's how good Ocarina of Time was, or what a core game Ocarina of Time was. That's kind of the central game that kind of split everything for the entire universe. It's like all universes in the Zelda universe, all timelines lead back to Ocarina of Time, because it was just a legendary, awesome game. And so that's exactly where they should have gone with was Ocarina of Time.
So like when it comes to Ocarina of Time, I remember when everyone was playing that game. I was playing it. My older brother was playing it. My friends were playing it. And we'd get to points in the game where we didn't know what to do. Like, especially, how there's the little person village and you've got to go through that maze to try and find your old friend. I always got lost. And so literally we would call up our other friends. It's like, how do you get past this area? Because we didn't have like game guides and things like that. But they were playing it like, oh yeah, I know, you go this way, you go that way and stuff. And like, it was almost like a cultural moment for, my childhood there. Ocarina of Time. Because like, it was funny, right? Because my parents had stricter rules. And one of the things, like, they didn't want us playing video games during school nights. But we had like a guest house separate to our house. And in that guest house was the Nintendo 64. And so me and my brother would say, we're going out because there was some weights. We're going to work out in this other, guest house. And I would sit on the weights to show that I'm working out. My brother would be in the next room playing Ocarina of Time and I would watch him. So he could sneak play it during the week. Oh man, good memories.
That was good. You could get different kinds of swords. And that's where you get the Master Sword, the shield, a lot of stuff that became central icons of Link and Zelda were born from Ocarina of Time. Yeah. So I guess they want to do more. Was it Breath of the Wild, because that's kind of the new big look for Zelda, but really it should have been Ocarina of Time. It should have been that way.
Man. Like Ocarina of Time was the first video game I saw an ad for on free to air TV. Just like, watching a show and then there was an advertisement for a video game. I'd never seen that before in my entire life, because video games were still like this kind of niche, kiddie thing that wasn't really catching on. And so I'd see an ad on primetime TV. I was like, well, all right. It was big. It was like a big thing back in the day. I just saw this chat. It's like, so Link, 1231. He seems like I don't know why, but this guy seems like a reliable source to talk about Zelda and Link. Just
I think so too.
Yeah, he seems like a reliable source. Says
and this
a
is
lot of stories. Oh, sorry, go.
I was going to say this is true. This little chat is true.
Ah, okay. So in a lot of stories, Zelda is almost strong enough to defeat Ganon, but fails because she is not quite powerful enough without Link's help. Good point. And oftentimes, like when she fails, she gets like imprisoned by Ganon, and then Zelda needs to save her. Link needs to save her.
Yeah, and then I think she's even powerful enough to beat him in Ocarina of Time. It's just like she needs Link to do, because she's trapped as a princess. Like I think it's like a political thing where she can't make open moves against Ganon because one, she's a little kid in the beginning, but she's still powerful. But like Ganon has a lot of power and influence in the kingdom, and then later on she does gain a lot more power, but so does he. And she does have a lot of power to defeat him, but she does need Link's help to do like the more physical work. And she does guide him. She has more knowledge than he does. She teaches him songs. She shows him like how to do things and stuff. And then, and she is very powerful. Like she's had a lot of magical power, but she needs Link in order for her to utilize it. Like she needs Link to give her cover to fight Ganon directly, to do all these other crazy things that he has to do. So yeah, she is powerful, and she's really she is a dangerous thing to Ganon. She really is very dangerous again, but she also needs Link must be part of the equation too.
Yes,
she needs a man.
And so, well, I mean, that's the classic storytelling trope, right? When men and women work together, right? And so the important thing
when men work together, they accomplish things. When women work together, they don't. I have a video right here that shows that.
What are you showing here, Mike? What is this?
Walk anywhere on this island without getting lost.
Let's rock and roll, boys! Let's rock and roll! I think we made it! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, this is exciting. This is yes!
Why is it you're so adamant you're right all the time?
Hold on. I'm not adamant I'm right.
Yes, you are, because you're dismissing everybody else.
Listen,
Come on, boys, on the third ball, fit 6, 7. I'm telling you.
3 days of fish.
Okay, well, where are we going now? No more confrontational arguing.
I don't want to lead. I'm sorry, I don't want to lead this group. I don't want to.
Bring up, I get things that audio.
I can't fucking deal with this.
Women have circled back to Coconut Beach for a...
All right. So here's the thing. I've watched that series, that show. I think it's called The Island with Bear Grylls. And so the guys do argue. They get into fights and they don't agree. But there is a very huge contrast between the performance of the men and the women. The women do struggle a lot. They get lost a lot and things like that.
Yeah, that's
argue, but they get things
right before it's like the women got lost. They went all the way around the island and back to the beginning spot twice.
Right. The guys kill and eat a crocodile.
Yeah.
They kill and eat a friggin' crocodile. And the girls can barely catch a fish. And so just so they don't starve, right? Obviously this was set up by the producers, right? The girls are trying to get a fish, and suddenly a fishing boat just happens, guys, to come by, and the kind old fisherman on the boat happens to slide you here you go, and he gives her a giant fish. That's
isn't it part of that where it's like they got the food but they couldn't find their way back? Because I remember that they split up into like the main party and the hunting party, and then they went back and they couldn't find their way back to the main party, and they kind of circle each other trying to find one another or something like that. I remember that. I could have sworn that was part of the situation.
It's been a while since I watched it, but I remember those key parts. And like they had to be bailed out by a fake fisherman giving them a fish so they don't starve, right?
I remember the guys arguing.
By men, I want to just.
Oh yeah, the guys argue a lot. There's this one guy amongst the group who's this kind of spaced out guy, who just like. So it starts to rain or something, and all the guys start scattering to try and cover things. And this one guy's just there watching the sunset, like, this is really beautiful. And they get pissed off with him. And like, it's actually a great show. And so I don't think it's as cut and dry as what the cherry pick clips in the thing, but it's not to say that doesn't happen. Like, no, like the guys dominate and totally.
They did way better.
They're
building a civilization. They had like houses.
Yes.
I think they make machines like filter water.
Survivor ones too, didn't they? Like Battle of the Sexes, Survivor.
Survivor is so much more set up and orchestrated and things. One of the ones I really like is Alone. Have you ever watched the series Alone?
Yes,
I love Alone. And you know, last time I checked, I haven't watched any of the newer stuff, and so there might be some new. But
did you see the Alone Australia one in Tasmania?
I heard about it, and I know about the clips about the guy thinking he has COVID and
nothing lives in Tasmania.
But last time I checked, there was still not a single female winner out of all the Alone seasons. They try. One girl got so damn close, but they just each time they just don't beat. There's this one almost in every season. There's this one just rugged mountain man guy.
No,
who just
Tasmania.
The Tasmanian one?
No, spoilers. The Tasmanian one. But dude, it was so funny because like there was a guy out there and he was doing freaking everything right, but couldn't catch a break on any. Like he was building these traps and those little freaking marmots like got out of him and stuff and all. So he was like expending all this energy, limiting his energy, doing everything perfect. Like he was literally a survivalist and couldn't catch a single break on the whole thing. He built a boat. He built a freaking boat, right? And to go, and then the woman who won, she went out one night at 4:00 in the morning to take a piss and stumbled on a wombat or whatever those, and that kept her alive like the whole time.
Well, that's there you go. I guess a woman did win one of the seasons by luck. Look, I'd also discount some. There are some great women survivalists on that show. One out of the ones I did see, one got really close, but over and above in every single season, the men perform better. And some of these like mountain men survivalists that are just like one guy, he was like, yeah, I probably could have gone another 4 or 5 months or another year.
I'm just gonna move here.
I was like, oh, I'm good to live here. It's like these are hardcore, mountain men. Good series. I enjoy those ones. But all right, so finishing up
survival. I also watched Last Samurai Standing. It was really good.
Is it? Okay.
It's imagine like Rurouni Kenshin, like Kenshin in a death game. That's kind of how good, because it does take place right after the revolution, and it's all about this scheming guy trying to kill all the samurai because he hates samurai and he wants them all gone. The main character is even Hitakiri. Like he's also like a manslayer.
So because this looks good. I already did like a trailer reaction on Shadiversity, and it looked really good. Some of the fight scenes looked like full on, fast paced.
There is a fight scene, Shad. There's this fight scene where, because he also has that whole thing that Kenshin has where he can't really fight because he has what's more like it's less morals and more PTSD. Because at the beginning he's leading this army, he's leading this charge and everything, and then they win, but then their own people fire on him and they kill all of his men, and he's like the only survivor. And so he gets like PTSD, and like, oh, was it an accident? Was it an accident? Who knows? But he also is from this like legendary swordsman school and stuff like that, like Kenshin is, and he's also he's a Hitakiri, so it's like, oh, he's probably Isshin Shishi then, and he is. In fact, one of the early episodes is like they finally escaped the initial part of the death game, and he hides out in like his friend's inn, for the night because it's safe there. And the reason why this guy is his friend, I was thinking like, oh, did he save his life during the war or something like that? No, it's because this guy is so grateful that he was part of the Ishin Shishi, because he helped bring out a new era, and he's so grateful that this old man was so grateful that in this era he has a chance. He has a chance to live. And it's like, it's really interesting because the beginning is like there's a horrible cholera epidemic. This is why I think his name is Koku the Manslayer. Why he goes off and joins this death game for 100,000 yen, because he just lost his daughter to the cholera, and now his wife is dying, and he has like one kid left, and that's kind of a big like push that everyone has.
That's $1,000.
Back then it probably was a little bit more because it was a brand new government and stuff like that. They also go over Okubo's in there. Okubo, he's a character in this. We get to see his assassination, and it's for different reasons. It's not Shishio this time; it's for other reasons. And so it's pretty interesting. Like I was like, hey, he's also a manslayer, and he's like, he can't pull his sword out because he has PTSD. But Shad, the moment he does pull his sword out, badass, really awesome, like fight scene. It's really cool.
Okay, I already wanted to watch it. This is really encouraging me. It's like, all right, gonna have to have time tonight. Maybe I could start binging it because it looks good.
And it's only 6 episodes. It's like 6 hours. It's 6 episodes. Okay. And speaking of like Earth Father and Sky Father energy, it has all the good tropes in there. He's a good guy. He's doing all these great things. We get to see his past unfold, and we get to learn about his secret swordsman school and everything. There's a lot of cool elements in this series. I didn't even touched on them yet. They're so good. There's like different twists and revelations and things. Lots of build up, and I think you'll like it a lot, Shad. I think you really like it.
All right, I'm keen, man. I'm keen. I was like, all right, this week I'm gonna get it because I love Kenshin, and if this is like Kenshin DNA, and this was by the sound and look of it, made in Japan, just distributed by Netflix. Like that's
what it seems like, yeah,
because
they're slowly uncovering like a conspiracy, and it's pretty good. It's pretty awesome.
Nice, awesome. Well, I think we covered everything we wanted to about Zelda, because the last thing we were mentioning about was, like Link and Zelda working together. Zelda can, she's got power, but Link is the main, melee fighter. And the concern is that they might do the girl boss thing. And Zelda is strong. What will go wrong then if she starts to show Link up and girl boss him and stuff? And that's when... and look, we're not out of the woods when it comes to that stuff. That stuff is still rampant in Hollywood, people wanting that. The only hope is that Nintendo puts their foot down and doesn't let Hollywood go crazy with it. So we'll have to see. We'll keep our eye on it. And because here's an example of just Hollywood doing Hollywood. They haven't learned their lesson. So Spider-Man, Brand New Day will have a less violent Punisher.
Oh, less violent. He's more in touch with his feelings.
It's just like the whole thing about Punisher is that he is the violent guy, right?
Isn't less violent Punisher just Batman?
I think the less violent Punisher is this Punisher already. Like I was never really like a fan of the Bernthal Punisher.
You didn't see the last Daredevil then?
I didn't. I skipped.
Yeah, he's plenty violent in the last.
But also, my favorite run of the Punisher in the comics was Garth Ennis's Punisher, where he like burns people to death and like all kinds of stuff. He like burns people to death and records it to send as a warning to his fellow conspirators and stuff like that. He fights Barracuda, who is like threatening the Punisher's child and stuff. It's crazy. I did like the Garth Ennis run of Punisher.
So I have little hope for. Well, look. I didn't like the last Spider-Man. I was, one of the outliers on that. There was more generally positively seen. And I didn't like Far From Home either. I did like Homecoming, the first of the Marvel Spider-Man ones. So, like it's already on rocky waters. And then this just, it's making me lose it. It's like, all right, you're losing me here. And it just shows that Disney, they're still busy. Like they're trying to. Wasn't there a report that was it? Yeah, wasn't there a report that Disney is cutting the DEI departments? Wasn't that floating around recently? or was it another company?
What would be left to Disney after cutting DI department?
I know, right? Isn't that
well, they don't need the department anymore because the department was to put people into place and into power who were diverse and equitable, and now they have all those positions.
Well, there's that. Yeah, they might just
They're
not
done.
need it anymore. Yeah, job problem. Job achieved. Moving on. So, we'll see what it comes. We'll see what it's like when it comes out because this technically isn't Disney. This is Sony. This is a Sony production. So we will see. But the fact that they are seeing this about the Punisher just shows that they don't, appreciate the character. They don't want to be true to it.
They want a kinder, gentler Punisher.
Yep, exactly. Punishment kills bad guys. That's problematic, everyone.
We need a what's that anime character that always went, I want to punish you.
I have no idea.
I don't know what it is.
It's the one in the schoolgirl clothes. What's the hell?
Sailor Moon?
Sailor Moon. That was her catch line. I'm going to punish you.
I don't think that was it.
Is that why I was so popular with them?
Yeah, she needed one of those cow whips or whatever.
Kinder, gentler Punisher who listens to his enemies' feelings and asks their pronouns before he shoots them.
Sailor Moon is actually got some really weird stuff in because I was thinking I was like, I like finding girly shows for my daughter to watch, and she loves those things. She, she loves Twilight, by the way, but also like Pride and Prejudice and classics. And so I was she loves Freerun and Demon Slayer as well. She's like,
Freerun's good. I haven't seen Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer is good. My daughter is getting into anime a lot, and so I'm like, awesome. And so I'd consider maybe Sailor Moon would be a good show for, and so I looked into a summary of what goes on in Sailor Moon. I'm like, okay, this actually isn't kid appropriate. There is some really weird stuff in it. Like there's cross dressers and trans stuff as well. I'm like, and it's Japan. Japan has been doing that for a while. Did I ever tell you about the revelation I had with one of my favorite childhood animes? Technoman. Did I ever tell you about?
Oh,
I think so.
So Technoman, one of my favorite childhood animes. I loved that show as a kid. It was awesome, and it's great, 80s, awesome stuff. And there's this weird-looking female character with a buzz cut who's an engineer, and she's always hitting on the main character Blade, and Blade isn't into it. And that because that was what was in the dub. And so years later, I finally got my holds on a DVD, and this was the American release, which wasn't the free-to-air release that was put on kids' shows. And it turns out that character always hitting on him was actually a cross-dressing dude that was gay. And I was just like, what? My show!
Have you ever watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventures?
No,
yeah. The gayest straight show.
The straightest
gay, but
straightest
they all look, well, not all of them, but a whole bunch of the characters just look full on gay. Oh wait, I didn't get to the end. Is there something gay in the end?
No, there's not even that much butt stuff. So, I mean, it's not that gay at all.
Just the outfits.
More I hear it's good, but then people go into details, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm done.
Well, then again, the gay, the level of what looks gay in JoJo is kind of like the way 80s rock hair bands looked gay.
It's so masculine, it's homoerotic.
Right.
How does that work? That doesn't make sense. I don't get it, and I don't like it. So
it's hella funny though.
You want to see a male character be confident enough to wear an outfit with a boob window? You got JoJo.
Yeah. Remember in the 70s and 80s, people, dudes wore. Thinking Steve Roots probably still does it. Wears half shirts, to show off your midriff.
Okay. Show off your manly abs.
I got to show you this. This is like, oh, my childhood. Inject this into my veins.
Technoman.
Wow, that's incredible.
With the amazing power of its emerald techno-crystal, which calls upon the universal forces of time and space, Blade is endowed with impenetrable armor.
We're gonna get pink for copyright. I don't care. I love this.
Superhuman powers,
With his emerald phallus.
forming him into a warrior superhero known as
Technoman! How friggin' awesome is that? Friggin' Technoman injected into my veins. And how was that? So, like, hang on. There was something odd that struck me, right? Can we listen closely to this?
with the amazing power
Litdev, is that you?
of his emerald techno-crystal.
That sounds exactly like Litdev. What the hell?
Say it. Quote it, Litdev.
I don't know. What did he say?
Let's go back.
Impenetrable penis. I don't know, something like that.
With the power of his emerald crystal.
With the amazing power of his emerald techno-crystal.
Amazing power of his emerald techno crystal.
Dang, dude.
Oh, God, you sound exactly like that.
Literally.
That's crazy. What the hell? Litdev is like somehow part of my childhood. Is an immortal.
I've always been there.
He's always been around.
It was
What
me,
the
Shad.
Litdev, when you make an anime, you have to narrate it.
I would too.
Oh, man.
Kelsey Grammer made his own show, which was Frasier. He insisted that he sing the theme song. So I would also narrate my anime.
Man, how cool is Tech? Oh, look at this guy. Look how friggin' awesome that mecha suit is, man. This blew me away as a kid. I was just like so crazy into Technoman. And then I found out it's got like gay stuff in it. But Japan has been doing that for a while, and it's not huge. Like, you know what really threw me? What really threw me, right? Again, my childhood. So in the course of the series, it's actually got a cool story where a family actually travels into deep space and get abducted by aliens, and the aliens then find there's something in humans that they can morph into these like combat drones, and his father releases one of his sons to send to Earth, and that's Blade, and Blade lands on Earth with the weapon of the enemy, which is the technology, and he can transform into Technoman, right? But then he has to fight these other Technomen that are the heralds of this alien invasion that are actually his family members. And so he has to fight his brother and his dad. And at one point of the story, his sister breaks free and joins his side for a brief moment. And so there's a good story in it, right? But what threw me in the official release, so you notice what do you notice about the Blade's transformation here? When he's going like this,
It's homoerotic.
Well, you know,
it goes out his naked body.
Yeah, it's going around his neck. He's not wearing clothes.
It's 90s anime thing, it's just 90s anime thing.
So what threw me is when I got the official uncensored English release. When his sister transforms, they show him breastful front. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, this is this innocent childhood cartoon memory that I loved as a kid. And then when I get there,
whoa,
I'm like, I don't remember that.
This is way better than I remember.
Well, it gets worse. There is a sequel series. And in the sequel, the main character is a female with multiple female techno people, and their transformations. Let's just say it's a far more mature cartoon than I was ever led to believe.
Are there jiggle physics? Jiggle physics. I can't remember.
I think jiggle physics are also involved. It's not in the show. Outside the show.
Oh my gosh! But hey, did you hear that Ubisoft is getting purchased? That there's actually a buyer now.
No.
Is it Trump?
No.
We're gonna make video games great again.
We don't know what it is. But let me share this. Okay. So breaking, Ubisoft has been acquired by someone. Insiders claim, and no official announcement yet, but they don't know who it is. But there is rumor that it could be Tencent. You guys know the company Tencent?
It's a Chinese company, right?
Chinese company. They do League of Legends and a heap of other video games. Here's the thing, right? They have no problem with making attractive characters, both men and women, especially the women, right? They all make the women sexy. And so if it is Tencent, I don't see that as a bad thing. I think they'll actually make better games with the Ubisoft IP.
But the first tweet come out, I was going to give her broad shoulders, but like the Tencent said to give her narrow shoulders.
Yeah, chat saying they all think it's Tencent. They have more money, and that's what they have to see. Tencent is loaded. And I don't know all the IPs Tencent has. I certainly like League of Legends, but man, people are saying, did we crash? Maybe we got taken down. What's going on? Are we still live, chat? Did Technoman take us down? They're back. We're back. Okay, we're back.
I looked it up, but Tencent has according to the internet, they have like almost $800 billion. They're kind of worth.
Yeah,
almost
they didn't
$800
start in video games, right?
I don't know. It's a Chinese company, so they could have been doing anything. Like
getting rid of bodies and stuff.
Right?
They made all their money off of kidneys.
This is the type of games that, you know, like China, Korea, Japan and stuff, you know, they have no problem giving, you know, the gamers the attractive women that gamers want. This is, I don't know, a trailer of some upcoming, you know, video game, but it definitely looks like either Korea, Japan, or China type of thing. But this was posted on Twitter, and
is Uguay on that tree
saying gaming is healing. They say with this one. So there was another one as well that is coming out, but basically, it seems like good-looking characters are back on the menu for gaming for the most part. For the most part, there are other, like, I guess, holdovers from the woke era of gaming that will try and spit out crap that no one wants, and you know, we'll laugh at them when it does. There are like things that people are not sure of. There's concerns about the next GTA game as to how much woke crap is being injected into that. So, don't know. There was a couple of other things that I was wanting to share, but I already mentioned Lit Dev and Mike before we started that. I actually have quite a decent amount going on at the moment, and I'm going to have to be cutting this live stream short than our regular time. And so we'll actually need to wrap it up now because I do have to get going to some of these other things. So it's been a fun short stream, though. Cool things to kind of report on and talk about. Appreciate everyone who's joining us. But as we sign off, Lit Dev, is there anything you wanted to share?
Nothing much. Just the usual stream in the morning, Monday through Friday, 8:40 a.m. Eastern. Fun stuff.
Awesome. Mike, anything you want to share?
Yeah, I just I'm redoing my website, mikesmillerart.com. I have some original art on there for extraordinarily high prices, but I also have some of these. My art book, hardbound art book. You get that signed there. And what else was it? There was something else. Oh, my Rhaegar died lithographs. I'm making those available. So if you guys don't know, it's like before Game of Thrones went on HBO and all that stuff. It was pretty much the image that everybody who read those books had on their phones and on their computer monitors. It's the one of Rhaegar getting killed by Robert Baratheon. And I know the one you're talking about. I still have some of those. That was the first officially licensed lithograph from Game of Thrones, and that was me.
Nice.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, I have been continuing my journey into Hedge Knight. Been pretty fun so far. Seeing all these different things. Basically, the first portion of Hedge Knight is going over all the people before you ever get to see him enter the tournament. But it is pretty interesting. The world building is slow, but intricate, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can see some of the original pages at mikesmillerart.com.
I know the guy with the antlers laughs while he beats people up. That's pretty.
Lionel Baratheon, the Laughing Storm.
Awesome, guys. Well, time to sign off. We appreciate you all. We'll see you next week on Night's Watch and the Culture Crusade. So as always, stay on watch.